Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time on this channel, you are welcome. I am A.H.P. I'm an author and I also do business. Now today's video is basically for that part of my channel where we talk about business. Okay, so just get ready with me. Today it's Sunday. It's after 1 in the morning, just because we've been doing prayer siege. If you don't know prayer siege, follow me on my Instagram and you see what I'm talking about. Basically, it's midnight prayer where we pray for an hour in tongues, and it's hosted by Prayer Storm, and I've been recording snippets of it on my channel. And basically I titled all the videos that is titled Nighttime Watchmen Arise. That is basically a snippet of the prayer siege. Okay, God asked me to record it, so I just record snippets of it so that you guys get an understanding of like what is going on and you can take part in prayer, nighttime prayer. Okay, so with that being said, let's get into today's video. Basically I'm getting my hair done. Okay, I'm doing my own hair and I'm using yarn, so as you can see. Okay, I've got a video on my channel titled How We're Coping Without Barbers and salon how we're coping without salon and barbershops during lockdown. Okay, how are you coping? Sorry, it's titled that, so you can watch that. Basically, we don't have any of these services available at the moment, because the whole of England is in lockdown. So typically most people are either doing their own hair or having to improvise with extensions, or no, having to improvise either with wigs or hair scarves, yeah, that kind of a thing. Okay, so I normally do my own hair anyway, using yarn braids, using different things. So today I've switched it up. Normally I do blue and black. That's normally my signature kind of to go to hair color when using yarn. And today I switched it up a little bit and just put the plum color, which is purple. Okay, so yeah, so get ready with me while I talk to you guys about the importance of evolving and being innovative as an entrepreneur. Okay, evolving and being innovative as an entrepreneur. Now, as an entrepreneur, like no matter what industry you're in, you will need to be flexible. You can't be rigid as an entrepreneur. You have to change with the times that you're in, okay, and with your environment as well, so that you're conducive, so that you remain current and relevant to the people that your business serves. Okay, whether it's a service or a product, you need to remain innovative and you need to also evolve. Okay, so so that you stay current with what's going on in your market, and also current with the needs of the people that you serve, that through your business basically. So currently worldwide we are in a pandemic, and we've all experienced lockdown, and you would have noticed as an entrepreneur that most businesses were no longer allowed to be, a lot of businesses were not allowed to remain open during the lockdowns. Okay, and so that caused a lot of economies. I don't know about any other economy, but it's official that in England, UK, we are in a, what's it called, we're not just in a pandemic, but we also had economy crash. Our economy has crashed. So we have lost jobs, okay, a lot of jobs, and um, and a lot of shops, like businesses, have been shut, and they've lost um, finances quite a lot because of customers, being on lockdown and their shops being closed and not being on time to, like, not evolved in time with the lockdown demands in their city or in their towns or even in their country as a whole. Okay, now for a while, I don't know if you guys know him, but the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Okay, for quite a while, he was saying that, because I've subscribed to his mailing list, so he does put out a few things. Okay, so for entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs, so he was saying, how the market is gonna crash, how people should be prepared, and he got people um doing you know side hustles, like creating jobs for yourself on the side, basically through writing either books or articles, things like that, and then selling them through Amazon, and and basically on a digital platform, okay, like websites and all of that. So then he also talked about things like Bitcoin and all of these kind of other trading and market trades, um, as a way of investing and basically being financially free, basically being financially independent, so that when the economy crashes, you're not dependent on the government. Because how many of you know that the money the government gives you is not enough? It's not enough. It's not. And that is why you see a lot of people in debt and all of these kind of stuff, and they can't afford certain things. And that's why you even see like a lot of families, they cry out like food poverty and all of that in the UK, okay, because it's not enough what they're given. Okay, so that is why you need to be financially independent of the government, of the system, basically, because the benefit system does not serve well as long-term plan. Okay, it just gives you the bare minimum and keeps you poor. But anyway, let us continue. So what you should have done basically was to evolve as a business by changing your service, okay, how you provide your service, not necessarily changing your service, but how you provide your service, making it go online, even if you have a normal traditional store, like brick and mortar, like a building that you go, you sell your stuff in and all of that stuff. Even if you had one of those, if you were if you're an entrepreneur that sells stuff like on a market, like market stalls and all of that, you should still have had an online um platform where you can sell your products or even market your services to the customers, okay, to your target audience. So that is the importance of evolving and being innovative. And then also, you should have switched up certain things, like being innovative, basically inventing ways of providing service or products, or even inventing um new products for your businesses. So I know quite a lot of people in the fashion industry. um you could have done, if you're able to make things like earrings, yeah, when they're selling, you should have created earrings. If you provided things like skincare products and all of that, you should have known how to be innovative by not switching up how you package it, how you send it out to your customers, like gift boxes, creating things like gift boxes, creating things like hampers, that is in itself, it doesn't mean that you should create a completely new product, but you can switch up the product that you already have by just changing like the packaging or how you provide it to your what's it called, to your customers. So that is innovation. And then also, if you have things like utensils and children's products and all of that stuff, you should see what would be needed, what would be in demand, and switch according to that. um i was I was blessed enough for God to like God gave me a heads up to open a, what's it called, to to create a in-house office. I didn't know there was going to be lockdown. Like, I didn't know. And I was procrastinating for a few years. But then just before the lockdown, I started like being more serious about it, like getting more office stuff, like equipments and all of that stuff, investing more in my home office. And I am so glad I did, because when the lockdown happened, it meant that I could still work. I could still work from home. I already had my personal website, so that was fine, and people knew about my website, although they didn't go on it regularly. But I also had the online presence of what's it called, um, being on Instagram, being on Facebook, being on Twitter, and also being on YouTube, because I use my YouTube quite a lot for marketing and advertising my products and my services to people out there, So things like that, I had the heads up, and then I had people in my circle who were also changing up things. So that encouraged me, that motivated me even to do more and to just get things done quickly. And then obviously, being a believer, you hear prophetic words, because God, God says that, He does nothing unless He reveals it to His servant, the prophets. So it's very important that you listen to, of course, godly prophets, because we know that there are prophets, there are false prophets out there. So you need to discern the prophet that you're listening to, the word that you're listening to. But I'm so glad that I have people like prophetic voices in my life who I can trust and say, what they're saying, yeah, it's okay. It resonates with what God is sharing with me also as an individual. So it's not just them sharing, but you also seek God for yourself, like on what He's saying, on what He's doing in the earth, and even to expose like what the enemy is doing in the earth, so that you are prepared, because the Bible says that we should not be ignorant of the wiles of the enemy. Okay, so the tactics of the enemy, we shouldn't be ignorant about it. It shouldn't catch us by surprise. And so yeah, so I was glad that I have such people in my in my life, in my life, and it really really helped. And then also the leading of the Holy Spirit, knowing what to do. So I even switched up a bit. My service, I started providing, my service online. I opened up a few stores. Yeah, I opened up my eBay store, and I opened up my Etsy store, and I also like made it available, made people aware that they can also what's it called, send me DMs for products if they needed, like products that I offer, things like books, things like children's clothes, um, cho- um, books, children's clothes, adults clothes, shoes, and accessories and things like that, basically. That I'm able to do that. And then also my charity, like I know a lot of you some of you may have a CIC, which is a charity that also allows you to earn while you serve the need of your community. So some of your services you charge for it, and the rest of your services you provide for free to your community. That is what a CIC in a nutshell is. So if you have such a charity, which I do, as mine is called Jubilee Prayer Center, which includes the A.H.P food store, and it includes the dynamic entrepreneurs, and homeless but not forgotten, and then behind bars is not the end. So we provide services to like a wide variety of people within the community, from prison to homeless um to aspiring entrepreneurs, you know, raising aspiring entrepreneurs to becoming entrepreneurs within the different within the different spheres of influence within the marketplace. So basically, I started to tell them, you know, you can send me a DM if you need a product, if you need anything, if you're struggling, just send me a DM. You're not by yourself. So my charity can provide things like food, things like drinks, things like you know, wipes, nappies, toothpaste, and all of that kind of stuff that people needed during the lockdown. And thankfully, I was able to do that, because right across from me, there was a family that there is a family with what's it called, with a young baby, and it was a struggle. Like the first lockdown was literally a struggle, because we had to line up for food, and sometimes it's difficult to line up with a baby, you know. So I just helped them, like whenever I went out to do my shopping, I'd get extra as part of my charity, and then I'll give it to them, you know. And then right next, also across, I had another family with younger children, and I gave them things like coloring in items and all of that, so the children are occupied, you know, which serves for the education section of my business, basically, because I have a primary school and I have a nursery as well, which I'm working on both of them. So during that time, I provided for young children, you know, and then I had friends who have children and they were struggling, and I was able to send them packages, you know, send them packages. And right now, as we speak, I've included education section in my stores, in all my stores, so that, you know, children and young people are able um, to have access to resources for their education, for homeschooling, and also aspiring entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs as well are able to have stationaries, you know, for their home offices and stuff like that. Because during the lockdown, yeah, you go into certain stores, into your local stores, and you find that things like paint, you've run out, things like glue, they've run out, things like paper, they've run out, you know. So having those in stock is very, very helpful, and having those things online as an option is so, so important, because even some local high street stores are closed, you know, that people would normally go to are closed. So they rely on the supermarket or online um, service providers, you know. So that is why I'll tell you, like, it's very important that you evolve as an entrepreneur, and also you become innovative as an entrepreneur. And then also I started to like grow my food more, because I'm also in the agriculture space. So people were able to know, like, okay, what is the alternative, you know, can I grow food like in my garden and all of that stuff, be occupied, keep myself occupied, keep my family occupied, just by growing our own food, and then also have food, because we didn't know how long the lockdown was going to be for, you know. So I started growing things like seasoning herbs. I don't know if you can see there, but yeah, so like growing my own food and stuff, you know, and then I share it on my social media platforms so that people will know how to do it for their family as well, you know, so that A.H.P food store, they'll still be benefiting from it, you know. So yeah, that is what I'd say to you. Be innovative, be willing to evolve. Don't be stuck in your ways of providing the same service over and over again. You become in the same way over and over again. If even if you're gonna do the same service over and over again, just repackage it in a different way, you know. Deliver it in a different way, add to it, take away from it if you have to, you know, so that you remain relevant to the people that you are serving, to your community, and also find opportunities within the same niche that you're in to expand, you know, to expand as a company, as a business owner, you know, as an entrepreneur, so that you can expand. Like I went from just the nursery and the primary school to actually providing homeschooling resources, you know, online. So that is all part of the education. It still falls in the same category. Um, and then I went from providing, you know, just clothes and accessories to actually providing everything for babies that you need that still falls within the same category of little ones, all things baby. So look at the market, look at the need of the people that you're serving, look at the need of your community, look at the need of your country, so that you know how to best serve people. And then I started putting tips out on my YouTube channel, how to basically um, the hack videos. Basically hack videos are videos that basically lets people know how to do certain things so that they can learn, because you know learning has become very much online based at the moment. Everything is done online, so the digital space, you need to make the most of it. So that is it, guys. If you have any questions, um, put it in the comment section and I'll respond to you accordingly, like how to evolve, especially if you are in the education sector, and if you're in the childcare space, okay, childcare space like childminder and all of that. If you're in that kind of a space, if you are a designer like clothing line and all of that, and also if you have an online store and stuff like that, basically entrepreneurship, yeah, as a whole, and also authors. Okay, so with my books I've also like included them in my online stores and also advertised them heavily on all my social media platforms, so that they are out there for the public, and the public know that they can also send me DMs to um ask for copies, of course at a price, and the price doesn't change, yeah. So things like that. And that is what I'd say, I'd advise you to do. If you have a high street shop, create an online space for your shop, you know, whether it's a clothes shop or even a food shop. Food shop at the moment, they're open anyway, you're allowed to be open anyway, so but still it would still be nice to have one online where people know that they can order in. Yeah, some people, they have takeaway shops, yeah, they takeaway shops, like you're allowed to have to have takeaway shops, but people don't have, you know, people who want to provide food but they don't have, you know, the local store, like the brick and mortar, because they still use their social media platforms where people can order, you know, people can call in, they have a specific number, they have their menu, a consistent menu, and customers order the food and they have certain cut off points, and people do non-contact deliveries, okay, or pickups. They do pickups, yeah, when people come and they pick up their orders, okay. I had a friend who, you know, during the first lockdown, all I wanted was snacks, somebody to make me snacks, okay, like baked goods. She was able to do that. She posted it to me, you know, she boxed everything and posted it to me. I paid for it. I was willing to pay for it because I needed it. I needed something different for myself and also for my son. So things like that, if she didn't have that innovation, you know, she would have been missing out, and she would be losing customers. The same with my sister. Like she ordered me another baked goods from another company who did the same thing. They posted it to me. You know, um, simple cakes is they're called simple bakes or simple cakes, something like that. But then the one, my friend, Debbie Allen, she's on Instagram, so she was doing it through her WhatsApp, but she also put it in her stories, and I happened to come across her stories on Instagram, and that's how I placed my order. Okay, and I have so many entrepreneurs on the Dynamic Entrepreneurs. So check it out on um on Facebook and also on Instagram, our page, and see services that is available in your area at the moment, even during this lockdown. If you're in the UK, if you're outside of the UK, places like Nigeria, there's also services that I've included there, service providers. That I've included. If you're in Ghana or Kenya as well, or Uganda, I've included like service providers from different countries on that platform, and you can contact them directly. That's a good thing, and make the most of their service. So that is it. My hair is finished, so that means I am done. You see, so I keep this on for a few, like 2-3 weeks. When it gets messy, like really messy, that I can't deal with it anymore, I take it off and I redo, wash my hair, then I do another style. So that is that. So all I need to do is spray it now, but I'll do that later. Guys, I shall see you in the next video. Bye.